Hey there, everyone. That sexy nerd is back again. And we're watching Nostalgia Critic today. Cue the theme. Because you know he's not going to play that song at any point in the theater. He's going to come up with his own remix. What can I say about these movies? I never saw it originally. I didn't even know, because as much of a Disney fan I was, I had no idea about Pirates of the Caribbean until after this movie. But like right after that, we went on the damn ride. Actually, I came close to riding it, but my sister had gotten sick or something from the last time we were there. So this was like way before the movies had come out, and we weren't able to ride every ride. So, what are you gonna do? But yeah, I eventually did get to ride on it, and what a ride it is! It's had so much history, so much redesigns and everything, and just for sensitive people who don't like the obscene stuff that they used to put in the thing. I can't believe Disney even came up with some of the stuff, honestly. But if you want to find out about that, there's a whole bunch of YouTube channels dedicated just to the history of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. But let's not forget the movies. I mean, I had already explained my history with those movies. I always adore this one. Like, I will watch this every once in a while. Like this is like Lord of the Rings to me. It's ironic too, because Orlando Bloom is in both of them. But I can't bring myself to the only thing between this and Lord of the Rings is the fact that I could watch all the movies, especially the last one. This is the only one I could basically watch multiple times. The other ones I'm like, ugh. But yeah, again, I was talking about that in my last video, but let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about the Pirates of the Caribbean movies? What do they rank for you? Because man, I would really like to know. But let's not delay this any longer. Let's just get into the review. And remember, please smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And let's do this thing, y'all.
Avast me, mateys! I am Hunter S. Sparrow, and welcome to Pirates Month! What was seen as a half-baked idea, literally laughed at by audiences just from the poster and teaser, turned into one of Disney's biggest franchises.
Yep.
With 5 films in the lineup, one good and the others there. Pirates of the Caribbean movies became even more iconic than the original iconic ride. To a point where instead of making the movies more like the ride, they made the ride more like the movies.
Yeah.
They earned Johnny Depp an Academy Award nomination, made Pirates cool at a time when honestly they were kind of at the height of annoyance, and allowed Disney to finally venture into PG-13 movies. I, for one, can't wait until we get some R-rated flicks in there. There's 5 flicks to get through, and we're gonna do exactly that all this month. Isn't that right, Will Turner?
Aye, Black Sparrow is ready to set sail.
Black Sparrow?
You're not a sparrow.
I am a sparrow, a black sparrow.
Prove it.
Black sparrows are black.
Exactly. You're overqualified. Elizabeth, what should be done with him?
Captain Tam Sparrow here, savvy,
Oh, boy.
nautical talk.
You're not savvy, I'm savvy.
You're not savvy, I'm savvy. Savvy?
Savvy?
What?
What?
Cut! What the hell, man? You two are supposed to be Will and Elizabeth.
Nobody wants to be Will and Elizabeth.
The only
Why
person
not?
I remember is Jack Sparrow, and also sometimes the guy who's like Tim Curry, but he's not Tim Curry.
Jeffrey Rush.
Oh, Jeffrey Rush.
And it makes sense anyway. It shows how much people wanted to be Jack Sparrow when the film came out.
And do terrible Jack Sparrow impressions. Like
Yes, all of you
Come
were
on,
doing
Will and Elizabeth
terrible
were important too.
ones.
They had so many classic lines, like...
Elizabeth!
There's one about a corset, I think.
Exactly, that classic line Will said.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth
Elizabeth.
said!
Let's face it, the only reason people liked these movies was for Jack.
Yes, I know that right off the top of my head. You like pain? Try wearing a corset. Come on, how could you not remember that? It was like in all the trailers.
Jack Sparrow.
Now that's not true, as indicating people liked all the movies.
You know what he means, though. The success was due to him.
I still think there's more to it than that. And to prove it, I'm gonna play Will and Elizabeth, and I will let you two play Jack Sparrow.
Wow.
That's really big of you.
No problem at all. Let me go change in the costume to prove my point.
Oh no.
Man, maybe he does have a point.
Yeah, if he's willing to play both characters, which... How is he supposed to do that?
Yeah.
I think the better question is, why is he locking the door?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on,
It's all about me, mate. Drink up me hearties, your health!
I mean, to be fair, it's what Jack Sparrow would do.
Released 20 years ago in 2003,
20!
Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl exceeded almost everybody's expectations. I'm really not kidding when
That's crazy. I was 13? Yeah, I was 13 at the time. Holy crap.
I say audiences thought this would be one of Disney's biggest blunders. I remember people passing by the posters saying, oh my god, are they really doing this? Even when the trailers came out, I heard people laughing at how ridiculous Johnny Depp looked and that Jerry Bruckheimer was producing. Are we supposed to take this seriously, I heard somebody ask? And as it turns out, not really. Despite being marketed as a badass action flick, Pirates had a really goofy sense of humor, helmed by the same team who penned Shrek, Aladdin, and other adventures that had a comedic edge. But on top of that, it also had a twisted side to it.
It did.
Director Gore Verbinski clearly liked to work with a dark edge in his work.
Gore Verbinski directed. I thought he directed only Pirates 3. Oh, well, there you go. That makes sense.
And with Disney saying they wanted to toughen up a little bit with their first PG-13 rating, Pirates turned out to be a good outlet for him. As for Depp, yes, his performance did play a big part in the film's success, but I think we've seen he's not always the secret ingredient to a good film. I do think there's more to the series being a hit outside of just his iconic performance. So let's go ahead and take a deeper look. This is...
Hey, he's not even staying in costume!
How the hell are you seeing me right now?
We can't.
Well, keep quiet until I'm done with the review.
Well, we could still play Will and Elizabeth.
That is so 3 minutes ago, which in internet time is like 3 weeks. I'm moving on.
Can we at least get food and water?
Pirates don't talk.
That's not a thing!
This is Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl.
The Curse of the Black Pearl. Come on, say it right.
Ooh, this film is too tough to have the Disney logo before it. I guess this was to show there's no more kid stuff, it's all adult now. Clearly.
Clearly.
We open with a ship sailing the sea when a crewman named Gibbs, played by the underrated Kevin McNally, tells a young Elizabeth Swann not to sing about pirates.
Bad luck to be singing about pirates. Bad luck to have a woman on board, too. Even a miniature one.
I remember that line being less ewy.
Yeah, I know, just the way I
Father
heard it
Governor
now.
Swan, played by Jonathan Pryce. And I should point out this film has a weird way of calling back to other Disney films. Callbacks are everywhere in Disney flicks, and they're usually very clever because they work in some humor. But these are just there. For example, he's dressed as Captain Hook.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I didn't even notice that.
Barbossa offers an apple that Elizabeth thinks is poisoned.
Yes.
Sure.
Fine.
And look, this guy said Little Mermaid.
A little mermaid flopped up on deck and told him the whole story.
Yeah, but they're more distracting than funny. Now the Kraken spat out a mermaid skeleton with red hair. That would be hilarious.
That would have been
Look, a boy! There's
hilarious.
a boy in the water!
Sees a boy in the water and alerts the crew.
Oh.
Is it a Vigo?
But it would also give little girls horrible nightmares. I know my sister, if my sister was still a kid around this time, she would have lost her mind if she had seen that in the theater.
Moltenson. No, it's an Orlando Bloom. Ugh, throw him back. He's the only survivor of a shipwreck, and Elizabeth notices something he presumably stole from Atreyu.
Pirates.
It's not from Atreyu.
There's no proof of that. It's probably an accident.
Yeah, it was probably the wind. It's always the wind. The wind set the ship on fire. Cut to years later, as Elizabeth is now played by Keira Knightley, and the boy named Will grows up into Orlando Bloom.
I have a gift for you.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Isn't it?
Don't you think it'll look lovely on me? She's also introduced to a corset.
Women in London must have learned
If he doesn't do a High Sparrow callback, I'm gonna be pissed.
not to breathe.
Now, Mum, you don't need that rib. You got plenty more.
We're then introduced to Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp, in what many have called one of the greatest character intros of all time.
Actually, it is kind of funny.
It's a great scene because this finally let people know after seeing all the ads where they make Sparrow look like a badass. Oh, he's supposed to look ridiculous. Depp worked hard at getting the look and actions of this character down, but sometimes a little too hard. While most people know he heard that pirates were the rock stars of their day, so he played them like Keith Richards, many don't know that while Verbinski said yes to almost all of Depp's costume choices, he drew the line at an artificial nose that would fall off every single time he sneezed.
Really?
Yeah, I think something was definitely going on with Depp's nose when he recommended that.
A ship like that makes this one here a bit superfluous, really. Apparently there's some sort of high tide.
Boy, he's really got a way to just cut through. This is like the second time I've been really shocked ever since that whole COVID thing. Oh.
And fancy to do up at the fort, eh?
And like that, Russell Brand saw this performance and said, I can do that the rest of my life, but bad. While Commodore Norrington, played by Jack Davenport, starts proposing to Elizabeth, she passes out due to the tightness of the corset, resulting in Sparrow saving her.
Will you be saving her then?
I can't swim.
I only dog paddle.
He's discovered to be the famous outlaw, though, and immediately arrested.
These are his, sir. A compass that doesn't point north.
No, it only points to what your heart wants, or whatever bullshit we make up in the next one pretending we had these planned all along.
I
You
know.
are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
I am the original hate-watching. He manages to escape, though, and works his way into Will Turner's smithy. He breaks his chains with a wheel. Hey, these people wrote cartoons, you're gonna get a cartoon. And he runs into Turner, who tries to stop his escape.
Excellent form, but how's your footwork? If I step here... Very good.
So I'm not gonna pretend the writing in this is spectacular. It is more clever than I think people give credit for.
Yes, that's the
Well,
only
it is
reason why
at
this
times
movie's
a little
good.
exposition-y.
You've seen a ship with black sails that's crewed by the Who makes all these?
I do, and I practice with them 3 hours a day.
Been preying on ships and settlements for near 10 years.
Adversary demands parley. You can do them no harm until the parley is complete.
There's a lot of information crammed into certain moments you might miss upon first viewing. Sparrow testing Turner's footwork is not only an excuse to have an action sequence, but it's also used to show how clever he is moving him closer towards the exit. When he pulls out the gun, it not only shows that he's a cheat, but also that he doesn't want to use it for certain reasons we'll discover later.
Yes.
But he will if he has to. He is still a cutthroat.
Please move.
No!
This shot is not meant for you.
I
A
know,
lot of
that was
scenes are
really
like
good.
that, kind of doing two things at once. Sparrow is captured, though, as the film tries to remind you, oh yeah, this was based on a riot, right?
The dog is never going to move.
Excuse us if we haven't resigned ourselves to the gallows just yet.
First time.
Oh, what? Oh.
Sparrow's former ship, the Black time.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Sparrow's former ship, the Black Pearl, arrives as the golden piece Elizabeth had called to them in the water. Okay, this is gonna sound like an odd comparison, but these pirates kind of remind me of the nuns from Sister Act.
What?
In that they really didn't have to give them that much personality, but you do appreciate that every single one feels unique.
That's true.
They could just casted extras in these roles, but no, they went out of their way to cast character actors who really do leave an impression.
I think that was what some of the films were missing. A lot of it's not only just the charm, but you know, the fact that and that's probably why they got tired of hiring character actors to be extras and such. I mean, come on.
I especially love this one guy who's obsessed with explosions. His crazy love for them is like a mix between Art the Clown and that weird bomber from The Tick.
Bad is good, baby! Down with government!
Also, seriously, what is this guy thinking answering the door?
Oh yeah.
Candy Cram.
Oh, I think too happy.
Wait, how's he know it's hot if later they say they can't feel
They
anything?
can't feel
In fact,
anything.
how'd this guy get hurricane knocked with that pan?
Thank
Darn,
you.
The movie sucks now. I thought it was good until it was bad.
Just a reminder, Sparrow doesn't get all the laughs.
We know you're here, Poppet. We will find you, Poppet.
Come on out, we're gonna play ninja.
Okay, then. Hey!
Hey.
Hello, Poppet.
Parley!
They find Elizabeth, but she invokes the right of parley, which means she can be taken to Captain Barbossa, played by Jeffrey Rush. And just like every role he's in, it looks like he's having a blast.
Yeah.
I am here to negotiate the cessation of hostilities against Port Royal.
A lot of long words there, miss. We're not but humble pie.
I'm sorry. I know everybody always loved Johnny Depp, but he was always my favorite character. Because I can always imitate him, matey.
Pirates.
Okay, so here's the thing about Will and Elizabeth in this. They are necessary characters to anchor credibility to all the goofiness going on. And in comparing the two, Elizabeth really isn't that bad. She clearly isn't trained as a fighter, so she has to use her wits to survive, and she is good at it.
That bit of shine matters to us.
Well, I suppose if it is worthless.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
She has enough charm and intelligence that I don't want to see anything bad happen to her. Will, on the other hand, is so goddamn boring.
They've taken Elizabeth. We have to hunt them down. We must save her.
I like.
Where do you propose we start?
The water! A lot of this makes
I always like that scene though, where he just chops the axe down and goes like, "That's not good enough. I don't know. I always remember that.
Come from Bloom wanted to play the role smooth and cool, while Verbinski kept insisting he was supposed to be a dork. It's only sword fighting that he's supposed to excel at. Everything else about him is supposed to be out of place. And he's both too suave and too bland to be out of place.
I am Ice!
Yeah, is that really that funny? I feel like a Nicholas Hoult, Tom Holland, or James McAvoy could pull this off with more comedy and personality. Bloom just looks like Legolas needs a bath. He doesn't leave much of an impact. With that said, though, he's not awful.
He's not.
He has a cute moment here and there, and clearly he's supposed to be eye candy for younger viewers. But whenever there's a scene where he's the focus, I constantly have to remind myself, oh, this scene was in the movie? I totally forgot that, despite seeing this several times.
I remember that ship, the Black Pearl.
I've heard of it.
Thankfully, he teams up with Jack Sparrow, though, who agrees to help him save Elizabeth if he can help him escape and be captain once again of the Black Pearl.
Oh, this screwed with my head.
I feel like there's a lot of reasons that wouldn't work, but repeat to yourself, it's just a park attraction that's been turned into a movie. I should really just relax. They take command of a ship, and Norrington chases after them.
Search every cabin, every hole, down to the bilges.
Be sure to bring...
That's why I was like, I remember every single time I would watch that scene over and over again, and every single time when I get older and older, and I'm like, that scene doesn't make sense. How? How does that scene? Because, just way too much of the not making sense part.
Every last man on board, all eggs in this basket. It's Dark Knight Rises rules here. Of course, Jack and Will take over the other ship and sail off with it, having destroyed the ship they left over's cannons and rudder.
That's got to be the best.
To be fair, that was a really stupid thing they did in The Dark Knight. You know, I should probably watch his Batman reviews, honestly. Sound off in the comments. Let me know if you guys want me to see him do all the Batman reviews, because I love Batman so much.
Pirate I've ever seen.
So
it would seem.
Well, maybe it's just because you suck balls.
He's the greatest pirate we've ever seen.
Will finds out that his father, named Bootstrap Bill, was indeed a pirate, much to his letdown.
Good man. Good pirate. I swear you look just like him.
Yes, they're practically identical. Again, all planned from the beginning.
Right, it was terrible.
They traveled to pick up his friend Gibbs as well
They
as
really
a crew
couldn't
at a
find
place
someone
that
that
seems
looked
to
like
love
him?
and hate him at the same time.
Not sure I deserve that.
Seems like the Depp Hurt trial in a nutshell.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Elizabeth lies about...
Oh, wow. Oh. What is he? Like, he's really getting good at those, very short jokes that he does. Very good at that.
Her last name saying it's Turner, so they don't know she's the governor's daughter, but rather they're under the impression that she's Bootstrap Bill's child.
There's no need to stand on ceremony. You must be hungry.
Jesus, you pig.
This is Aztec gold. A terrible curse.
Why is it every moment he's on screen I want him to sing, I'm reviewing the situation? Wow, he actually said, arr. I'm not sure why I assumed this movie wouldn't have him do that, but it's strange to see for some reason.
Because you're supposed to take these people seriously.
Couldn't he have at least been like, sorry, it's Talk Like a Pirate Day. We needed a break from our usual Talk Like a Bored Office Worker.
But he talks like that.
She discovers, though, he's working with a skeleton crew who can't die or feel anything because they're cursed. But returning the gold they stole along with her blood will lift it.
Look, the moonlight shows us for what we really are.
I'm sure I said this before, but anything supernatural that has a blank leads to blank, I usually love. Pour water on a sea creature and they're revealed. Sun rises and gargoyles turn to stone. And yeah, moonbeams revealing ghost pirates is pretty damn awesome. In my opinion, it's the most fun and creative thing in the movie. I just love it.
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
And spoilers, we do make random sounds so that ghost hunters can go, what's that? Jack and Will acquire themselves a crew, including Zoe Zelda.
I know, right? That's so weird.
Stole my boat.
You'll get another one.
I will.
There's the relationship. There's where her relationship with Disney started. They picked her up like really long time ago, and it's like, we're investing in that chick. We're gonna put green skin all over her.
I don't need this. I have like 5 green screens to be in front of
There
tomorrow.
you go. There you
She
go.
sets sail and Gibbs tells Turner about how Jack had his ship taken away by Barbossa and marooned him on a desert island.
But not before he'd gone mad with the heat.
So that's the reason for all the...
That's a great impression of everybody's impression of him.
Yeah.
They get to the treasure where they return the coin along with Elizabeth's blood, but they don't know if it worked.
How do we tell?
You're not dead!
Do I need a joke for everything? Can't that just be funny?
Yeah, that's just hilarious.
Parlay! Down to the depths, whatever mutton they thought of parlay.
That would be the clinch.
The French.
Will and Elizabeth escape, but Jack gets captured and he tells them why Elizabeth's blood didn't work.
Kill him.
The girl's blood didn't work, did it?
Hold your fire! Oh, this movie.
Despite only having a few scenes together, I instantly believe the rivalry between these two. Whenever they talk, it genuinely feels like they've known each other for years, and they love getting under each other's skin, so to speak.
You know whose blood we need.
I know whose blood you need.
Jack tells him where to locate the ship, but Elizabeth has a plan of attack.
Lower the anchor on the right side. On the starboard side!
Certainly has the element of surprise.
Cannons are fired, eyes are forked up, and Jack escapes just to get captured again. Yeah, he's basically the Han Solo of this series, a smuggler who always has to be saved, even in between movies.
That's pretty good.
How's that plan working out, Elizabeth? You definitely got some brains, but a pirate's life ain't for you. Oh, I mean, it's what we were always building up the whole time. All the bad stuff really is in the sequels, isn't it?
To be fair.
It's weird. For some reason, I don't think monkeys are funny, but people saying the word monkey is goddamn hilarious.
You took advantage of our hospitality last time. Now you return the favor.
She goes free.
Will says his blood is what they need to lift the curse and forces them to let Elizabeth and Jack go. They do so, but abandon them on the same island Jack was marooned before.
I'd be having that dress back before you go.
Goes with your black heart.
It's purple.
I know, right?
That'd be the same little island that we made you governor of on our last little trip. Perhaps you'll be able to conjure up another miraculous escape.
Yeah, why are you putting him back in the place he got out of again? Isn't that kind of like, oh, well, I know how to solve this. Oh. Jack admits it was pure luck how he got off the island before, but Elizabeth pretends to flirt with him and get him drunk so that she can set the island ablaze.
Well, devils were black, you were really bad. You got me on his show.
Sings about as well as he did in Sweeney Todd. Elizabeth's plan works as they're noticed by Norrington's ship and picked up. Jack has yet another way to weasel his way into an opportunity, though.
Think about it. The Black Pearl.
You will accompany these fine men to the helm and provide us with a bearing to Isla de Muerta.
Why do people keep listening to him?
Good question.
Pirates don't talk. Norrington agrees to let Jack help them capture the pearl and save Will.
Jack, it's not possible.
How did you escape from the place you escaped before? We were so careful to do the same thing.
God, man.
Jack tells him about Norrington's ship outside and once again gets in their good graces. This is, of course, a quintuple cross as Jack frees Will while the other pirates attack the ship. And as fun as the sword fighting is, I will admit, my favorite stuff is just Jonathan Price fighting this evil dead hand. It's such a weird thing to keep cutting back to during this big battle, and I love it.
I never linked
it. Gold piece as well, and ends up being cursed. I honestly don't have many notes about this climax.
It's really good.
Now the moonlight is cool. This weird thing where they put a bomb in a guy's stomach is cool.
You like pain?
Try wearing a corset.
That line's a little lame, but overall the finale's pretty fun. Jack uses the bullet he's been saving for years to kill Barbossa just as Turner returns the coin with his blood.
I feel cold.
Okay, so this is admittedly a weird complaint, but for years I always thought he said, I feel old, when really he said, I feel cold. I think I feel old is a better line.
Really?
I just love he would feel that as he gets feeling back and begins to die. If only the writers could be as smart as my terrible hearing.
Well, okay. Actually, yeah, that does make sense.
Normal and Verbinski on his commentary track said, this is when you realize the movie was actually kind of about something. And it sounds weird, but I know what he's talking about.
Really?
These pirates spent so long trying to get this curse lifted, to stop being invincible. And now that's gone, everything else they know is about to be taken away.
Yeah.
No words, no hammered-in symbolism, just a good, quiet moment that lets it all sink in.
I never really got that. I never got that, but that does make a lot of sense.
To be executed, but fear not, we'll help him escape with a rope.
Yeah, seriously.
Really don't think it's gonna do much. Did any guard train for anything in this? Is someone gonna be like, look, salt? But it's cool. Elizabeth says she loves Will and not Norrington, so that convinces him to let Jack go.
What about Sparrow?
Oh, I think we can afford to give him 1 day's head start.
I love the look on this guy, like he's saying, has everyone just gone friggin' insane? We were literally just stopped by a rope. We cannot afford to give him a day's head start.
Elizabeth, it would never have worked between us, darling.
The sequels.
What a silly idea we teased for 2 more movies.
I know, seriously.
Drink up, me hearty yo-ho.
And that was Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Not perfect, but a damn good time.
It is a damn good time.
This is the definition of a turn your brain off movie.
Yes.
Which is not to say a lot of people didn't need to use their brains while making it. Everyone gives the impression they're having a good time on screen. Even the ones that are a little dull still look like in a weird way they're having fun being dull. It's good to have varying degrees of believable and unbelievable, and though often cartoony, there is a bit of an edge that's welcomed with that PG-13 rating. For a film any thought would be dead on arrival, you feel the effort of everyone trying to make something odd and unique. It's a good start to a good...
Ish.
It's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start.
And like I said, Jack Sparrow took off and everybody wanted to be him.
To death.
Oh, you 2 died? I was only away 20 minutes.
Yeah, but in internet time, that's an eternity.
Also, there's the curse of the studio.
Oh, you mean you have to walk the earth for all eternity feeling nothing?
No, we just really want mixed spaghetti from McDonald's.
Oh.
I never even had mixed spaghetti.
It's terrible.
But I want it.
I discontinued it because it was so terrible.
But I want it.
And I hate that I want it.
Come on, let's go hit ourselves in silence.
What? That does sound
Pirates
like
Month
that.
has just begun!
The French.
I think I know what he was going for when he was like that. I guess he's trying to imitate Johnny Depp again, but he more looked like Orson Welles actually going, the French. That was pretty damn good. I am not looking forward to the other ones, though. I'm really not. Dead Man's Chest, I guess, was an okay time because of the last fight, but I don't care. It's like I don't care about it. At least for some reason, and at World's End, I care a little bit more just because Davy Jones, the whole Davy Jones thing was put out, and oh man, isn't he gonna go crazy when that movie finally comes out? Oh man, he's just gonna like hate on it so much, and you know what? I feel bad that he's hating on it, but at the end of the day, they're the pirate sequels. They deserve all of it. I mean, like, seriously, the only one that's, like, the only okay one was 5, and I've only watched that one once, so. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. But let's see what he's doing after this, so. Let me know, again, let me know in the comments below if, what you think, how do you think the Pirates movies go? So, please, smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And I'll see you all in the next video, guys.
Inspired by that same French excellence, it's fermented in the bottle, and like the best French champagne, it's vintage dated. So pour ma sang